You podcast, and I'm your host, Deja Nicole. So, in today's episode of season 2, which is all about Feeling Girl era, I will be talking about entering a new season and also embracing change. So, I decided to put those two topics in one episode. Plus, we're about to enter a new season this weekend. The 23rd of September is the first day of fall. So why not have this episode out before the first day of fall and have it out on the last day of summer? Now, if y'all don't know, my favorite season is fall. It's better than summer. I used to be like a summer type of person. Like summer was my favorite season when I was younger just because I went to a lot of water parks. I went to the pool. I went on a lot of trips with a group of other kids around my age. But getting older, I realized that I love fall and winter better because I don't like bugs, I don't like the heat, and I don't like sweating a lot. So I was like, the fall is my favorite season. Especially if you can see, if you're watching this on YouTube, I do have this cute puffer jacket, which is very, very comfortable. But let's just get onto the episode. So like I said, it is all about entering a new season in your life plus embracing change. Now, embracing change is what fall is all about. The leaves are changing from green to red, brown, and yellow, and also orange. So I feel like with us embracing change and entering a new season in our life, we are basically changing the leaves within us. Like all these different leaves that we have internally to different type of characteristics, I would say. But before I start today's episode, let's just get on to some weekly updates. So I'm going to start doing those in my podcast episode just to give you a little glimpse of what I've been up to. And I got a little surprise for y'all around the end of today's episode. So if you actually follow me on Instagram, both the You Against You podcast Instagram, which is You Against You pod dot by Deja, and my personal Instagram, which is Deja DAJAH underscore Nicole NICOLE underscore. Then you already know what I'm going to probably say around the end of today's episode, but I will put that surprise and give y'all some little details on what I'm planning to do next year for the second anniversary of You Against You podcast. So, my business. I am so happy that I'm actually finally starting my business and it's launching tomorrow, the same day that this episode will be posted. So this episode will probably be posted first early in the morning, and then around 10:30 Central Time, I will have my business live on Etsy. While I'm still working on my website, but no, my business is going to be live, and just the amount of support and DMs and comments that I have gotten lately has got my hopes actually high and good. Then, oh, this is going to go terrible wrong. I'm making my 17-year-old self happy while actually making this one dream come true, because I always wanted to start a business since I was 17, but never really started a business for so many reasons I just don't want to really talk about. But I just feel like, one, it wasn't the right time, and then there's other reasons as well. But I just always wanted to start a business, and I'm actually doing it. I'm actually making it happen. So all of my ideas are going to come alive someday, and it's just start with the first ever products that I am launching, which is lip gloss by Different Shades. So go follow my business Instagram, which is Deja Nicole Beauty. That will be in the show notes down below. So go check that out. And I will also have the website, well, my Etsy as well in the show notes, so you can check it out when it's live. So when I post on my main Instagram, I will probably post it on my podcast Instagram as well, so y'all can know. But yes, I will have my business finally launch tomorrow. And I actually decided to have this like launch date since like probably late June and July to have a launch in September. But now that it's actually here, it's it's crazy. And I was listening to a podcast either yesterday or Tuesday, and it was basically talking about how the month of September is basically the month of changes on how people are actually going towards their goals and trying to finish up their goals and New Year's resolutions before starting a new list of resolutions or new list of goals. So, yeah, I thought that was weird that me studying something new and it's in the month of September was that episode of 80/20. So it came out yesterday. So the episode of 80/20 podcast. And I was listening to this and I was like, wow, that's just weird that she's right. A lot of people do start a lot of things in September because it is entering a new season, fall, and it's just change and a new change for people into their lives. Now, my mental health. I actually have been mentally, like today actually been good than others. Like I would say it's been mostly down lately, but then today for some reason it has been actually good. I don't know if it's just because I launch my business tomorrow or I had a good ass workout. Like I didn't even do a lot in the gym. I did 12:30, no, 3 12 3:30 on the treadmills, mostly cardio today, and then I did some legs. And then I went to the library to get a book by this author called Colleen Hoover. She's a popular author, and I couldn't find the book that I wanted, but I found the second book of the two books, which is It Starts With Us, and I heard that it's a good book. So when they have it in with us, I'm going to check that out. But I actually have heard that her books are very good, especially a lot of YouTubers that I have been watching lately have been like book YouTubers, and I want to actually start reading more novels, especially that I want to write novels, and I am writing a novel at this moment. So I used to read novels back in middle and high school, but my senior year, maybe junior year or senior year of high school, I started reading like a lot of self-development books, finance books, self-improvement books, all of that. And I also have listened to a podcast talking about how sometimes reading those type of books can be very, very stressful because it's you putting stress on how to get your shit together. And sometimes you just have to like stop reading those for a while. And it is because sometimes I don't even have the energy to read those books because I just feel like it's the same. It's like basically the same type of like thing they're talking about, but with a different author and a different title. So I was like, let me like read a novel. Let me read this novel. A lot of people say it's a good novel and this is a good author. And so how I know that this book, It Starts With Us, it was available at my university library. I went to my university library website, searched it up. I actually searched the author. So I put the like author name in the search bar and it says that one was available. And I was like, okay, let me just get it. And so I found it today and I might actually, after I finish, find another novel and get that. I have at least 2 weeks to read it, so I'm going to start reading it tonight. And I know I will be finished by then, but it's just I know I just got like a good book. Like a lot of people say it's a good book, and I was like, I want to start like reading novels, especially that I'm writing a novel, so I should like read novels more. And sometimes it's better to open your horizon to new things or open your horizons and go back to those old things that you actually love doing. And I loved reading novels one point in my life, so I was like, why not? Now, another thing that happened, that's the reason why I'm so happy, is I got me a pumpkin spice latte, but it cost me less than $5. So I got me a grande size pumpkin spice latte with almond milk. So if you like change the milk at Starbucks, it does like cost like 75 cents more, but I have reward points, so I use that. Plus they have like discounts, I think, on Thursdays on all their fall drinks. And I bought me a pumpkin spice latte, and it was $3 and some change, almost $4, but it was still under $5. And I was like, oh my gosh, because it would usually cost me like $7 without using any of my points. And then if I do use my points, it costs me six something. So I was so happy. I was like, this is a big deal. Now I can't wait until Christmas time comes because I definitely love their not caramel, but caramel brulee latte is very good, especially with almond milk and whipped cream. So I cannot wait to get that when it's winter time. But I was just so happy, and I definitely have somewhere on my calendar when it's Red Cup Day. So I forgot what day it is, but I know it's in November. So Red Cup Day is basically you order something on like Starbucks, and it doesn't matter if it's like through the app, if you in person, through drive-through, or even Postmates or Uber Eats, because I know those two have Starbucks, but you can get a free cup on that day. So I know it's in November. I think the first or the second week of November. I have it on my calendar, but yeah. So I can't wait to get me another free cup on Red Cup Day. So if you didn't know, yeah, that is what it is. Now, remember, I do have a group chat that is on Geneva, so you can always go add yourself. The link is always in the show notes. So if you want to network with other listeners, make friends all over the world, go add yourself into the Geneva group chat. And also, you can be my friend as well. So yeah. And I already mentioned my social medias, the podcast social medias, both Instagram and TikTok is You Against You Pod dot by Deja, and both of so my personal Instagram is Deja DAJAH underscore NICOLE, so Nicole underscore business. Instagram is Deja Nicole Beauty, and I don't usually use TikTok. I probably will delete it, so but it's the same as my Instagram. And then I have a TikTok for my business, same thing as my business Instagram. Also, I have Lemon8, so I forgot what was the username for that. I want to like start posting on there. So that link will also be in the show notes as well. All of my social medias will be in the show notes. But I think that is it. Now let's just get on to episode 12 of season 2, which is embracing change and entering a new season. Okay, so I have my phone. I always have my phone with me when I'm doing like podcast episodes. I actually now like organize all my episodes on Notion. It's just it keeps me organized. If you don't use Notion, you should definitely use it. But let's talking about entering a new season first before we talk about embracing change. So, like I said, today's episode is a good time to be out because we're about to enter a new season, which is fall. So, when we enter a new season of life, this can kind of scare us in a way, I feel like, because we are leaving what we are used of doing behind and doing things that we probably are not too comfortable doing or trying new things in general. So, first of all, what should you do before, entering a new season in your life? So, you want to ask yourself, what is the reason why you want to enter this new season of life? So also give it a title. So it can be boss up season, it can be healing girl season, it can be, I don't even know, but like those two like are examples. But you should like have a name for what type of season that you are entering, and you should have a reason on why you're deciding to leave this old season behind to enter this new season. And you can have so many reasons. You can like make a list on your phone or in a notebook or even on like a sheet of paper, or use a dry erase marker on your board or a mirror and just write down like 10 things on why you decide to enter a new season in your life. It can be you're not happy with life at the moment, you're not happy with the people that's in your life, so you want to cut them off and enter a new season and make new friends. You're not happy in the situation that you're in, you just feel stuck, you feel lost. There's can be so many other reasons on why you're entering a new season in your life. Like I said, you want to give this season a title. So what type of era that this season is? So is it healing girl era season for you? Is it boss girl era for you? Is it school girl era? Is it I'm getting my shit together era? It's like there's so many like ways you can title this season, and to make it more aesthetically pleasing, you can add era. So what type of season is this? It's not just a season, it has to have a title because you decided to enter it in the first place. So just think about it, and sometimes you can have like multiple seasons, like eras in one big season. So if you decided to have multiple eras in one season, just know when do you want to leave this era to go into the next era, but in the same season, you know? Because if you think about it, seasons last for months, not just 1 month. So, like fall lasts from September 23rd to December 22nd, and so on. So, you have to like, you can have different eras in a season of life to just discover yourself more, and you can just like discover new things about you that you never knew. So you never knew something can tick you off, or you never knew that you like this, or you never knew that you like that. I'm like now just knowing what can tick me off more, or what things I do like and what things I don't like anymore, and I'm just changing a lot of habits, trying to implement more habits. But like I said, I have not been myself lately, so I have now just started buying myself flowers again. So that made me really happy, and I want to start doing that again. And I just feel like that is something I'm bringing back into this new season of life that I'm in right now. Me starting a business is a whole new season. It's me bossing up, is a boss girl boss era. In this season that I have, I'm just gonna call it me season. Like that can be something that you can name your season me season. So it's just something you have to like think about. um Another thing that you want to think about when you're entering this new season of life, you want to ask yourself, what is she wearing? Does she basically change her whole wardrobe to a color palette, or for how she feels like wearing clothes out? What habits is she doing? Is she trying a new sport? Who are her friends? What type of music? Or do she listen to more music? Or do she listen to more podcasts in this season? You can ask, do she cook more? Is she financially stable? Is she good with her money? Does she go out less, or does she go out more? It's like you have to ask yourself questions before entering like a new season of life, because you're kind of like imagining it before opening this new door of life. And you have to like think about that. Like, it can take time to think about it because we as humans, as human beings, as people, as the majority mammals on this earth, because humans are mammals, if you didn't know, we we do go through a lot of seasons and we just never know that, like, emotionally we do. And you just have to think about that. You have to think about what you want to do. And I feel like when you're going through this, you can pick out a lot of stuff about yourself, like I said, that you never knew. And you can pick out things that you thought you knew, but you're learning more about that one thing you thought you knew about yourself. So you're just digging deeper into you, basically. Now, I was like unlocking my phone. Okay, so now, now. Okay, so I talked about that. I talked about that. I talked about that. So I talked about like entering a new season, what the season is called. Now, this can be hard for some people because, like I said, we are human beings. We are never perfect. Are we're not perfect. We want to be perfect, but I don't think we could never be perfect. God didn't make us perfect. So, when you're entering a new season, you want to ask yourself, is this the right time to leave my past behind me, the shit I just went through, and unlock basically, and open this whole new door and enter a new season? You want to ask yourself, is it the right time for me? And if you are a Christian, and this is not like a Christian podcast, even though I want to make one day, but this is not a Christian podcast. I believe in God. But if you do as well, you can pray and you can ask God to open new doors for you, and that is you entering something new for your life. You're entering a new chapter in your life. You're entering a new season in life, and God will most definitely open new doors for you if you like pray on it. He might not do it right away because he don't think that you're ready, and that's what I'm saying. Like, you have to decide if you're ready, if this is the right time. So if you do believe in God, just pray about it and ask him, because you can enter something like a new chapter in life and you thought it was the right time, but in fact it wasn't the right time, and then you feel stuck and you don't know what to do and you're having mental breakdowns and you just want to give up. Like, you just feel like you're really hopeless. So you just have to like realize, is this the right time for me? Is this the right time at the moment? Am I ready for this? Because in life, you will never be ready for what life throws at you, but you can get a glimpse of what it's going to bring you. Because sometimes you never know, but how this world is going, it gives you a glimpse what could happen to you. So you just have to, like, stay cautious and stuff. But if you think you're ready for this new door to open, for God to open a door for you to enter this new season, then do it if you think you're ready. But if you thought you was ready, you did get a little glimpse of it, but you do feel stuck and you go back into your old door, the old room that you thought you would lock and not go back, but then you went back to that and you feel stuck. Now, like I said, you just have to know when you're ready. Everyone's have different stages in life. We're all human. Like I said, we will never be perfect, but just know when you're ready and that life is at your own pace. Don't rush it just because of what you see on social media or what other people are going through. Like, I talked to friend, and I was like, I feel like I'm behind in life, because everyone like has families, everyone is married, everyone got their own place, like people I went to high school with, and I just feel like I'm behind, but in reality, I'm not. God is going to guide me and He's going to tell me when it's my turn. So just never like rush through life because you're still going to feel stuck and you probably will end up in a situation that you don't want to be in. Now, trusting your gut feeling on changes about you. Now, have you heard that feeling on you should always trust your gut feeling no matter what because it's always the right feeling? And that is so true. So if you want to change something about you. So this can be cutting someone out your life. This can be taking this job offer or not. This can be starting a business. This can be starting a podcast or a YouTube channel or traveling to someone you always want to go. And you have that weird gut feeling of you just feel so uncomfortable, but it's there when you're thinking if you should do A, B, or C, do it. If you get this gut feeling of doing A, B, or C, just do it because your gut feeling is always right. It's basically your subconscious, and you just have to do it. And when you follow that gut feeling, a lot of good things will happen after that. A lot of people don't like following their gut feeling because they never thought, oh, this can be a good thing or a bad thing. Or when they did, it came out as a bad thing. So always trust your gut feeling because you never know what is trying to tell you. It's basically, I feel like your gut feeling is technically your conscience. So this little you in your head or just this voice in your head that's your overall best friend and it's just telling you do it. Just do it. Like, Nike's slogan, just do it. Because you never know what can happen if you do it. I actually posted today on my Instagram channel. So like an Instagram like channels is they call it channels. It's basically like you as a person on Instagram can create this channel that you can only like send text message to and people can be members. So it's like a group chat, but you're the only one who can like text in there. And I posted this thing I said today, it was like 11:23. I'm gonna read it. But it says, I said like, hey besties, so tomorrow I launch my business, and to be honest, I never thought I would actually launch this business. It's a new chapter in my life. But if you want to do something, do it. Don't wait until you have enough money, just do it. And I have just do it in caps. And then I also say, because you never know what opportunities can take you and enjoy the process as well. So you can also enjoy this process that you have this gut feeling of, oh, should I do this? Your gut feeling is basically telling you, yes, you should and you're going to definitely enjoy the process. And then I put like a sparkling emoji, a heart, a white heart emoji, and a teddy bear emoji. So that is just something like I posted today in my channel. But if you enjoy that and just get like inspirational like messages, I'll have that in the show notes. But that was something like I posted today and just saying what I just said, just thought about like how I just like sent that today. But no, for real though, if you have this gut feeling that you want to do something, just do it. You because like I said, you never know what's going to take you, and it's technically mostly going to be good than bad. Sometimes you can get a gut feeling on bad situations before they happen. Like sometimes I get that. And I'd be like, I know this is going to happen. I know this is going to happen. And then, boom, it does happen. So that is different. I wouldn't say that's like a gut feeling. That's like a stress feeling because you're like, your heart is pounding very fast and your head. You might get like all these overthinking thoughts, and it does, and that has happened to me multiple times. But mostly when you follow your gut feeling, you usually have a positive outcome than a negative. Now, let's talk about embracing a new chapter in your life. So, everyone has a new chapter in life, no matter if it's entering a new school year, starting something that they want to start. Like me, I'm entering a new chapter in my life tomorrow. It is starting a business. Last year, when I started this podcast around November, I was gonna say around this time, but no, I actually posted my trailer for this podcast around this time. But I was entering a new chapter in life. I'm actually helping someone with their podcast, like how to start it and stuff, and she is entering a new chapter in her life. So anything that's new that you are going through, especially if it's something that you always wanted to do, it's you entering a new chapter in your life, no matter what it is. You want to always take one step at a time and don't rush it. So, like I said, I'm helping someone set up their podcast because I have been doing this since last November, November 7th. So it will be a year on November 7th this year since I posted my first episode, which was, I forgot what was my first episode was about. I think it was like, I forgot. Like, I don't want to like check, but if I gotta check, I'm gonna check. But, ah, um, so. It was being a content creator in mental health. So like that was my first ever like podcast episode because that is a lot. Being a content creator and dealing with mental health and just how it affects your mental health is a lot than people think it is. Like they might think like, no, you're a content creator, like you're doing what you always wanted, this and that. No, it's a lot on you. Like it's a lot on your mental health. But like no, that was like almost a year ago. That is what 9 months ago since I posted that episode. Yeah, no, 8 months ago. So hold up. No, it's 10 months ago. Yes, 10 months ago since I posted that episode and I I just did it. I did it. I took so I would say the one step that I took was planning out 10 episodes and that took a while to just name 10 episodes. And my first season didn't really have like a theme like this season did. And I was just like, I don't know how this is gonna go, but me just planning the first episodes to post and making the trailer and making an Instagram and then posting and all of that, it was the first step of me starting my podcast, of me doing something new, of me entering a new chapter in my life. And this is it's going to be like this tomorrow when I start my business. You just want to take one step at a time. You don't want to rush it because if you rush through something, you're not going to see the results and you're probably going to miss a lot of steps and not learn throughout the way and through this journey that you're in. Because I have learned a lot about podcasting. Like, I got a mic that's for podcasting, uh, podcasting equipment. I use GarageBand now to edit because I did not like Audacity. Like I have learned so much on how to improve my podcast episodes. I have learned a lot how to improve my YouTube videos. So you learned a lot through this the chapter that you're in life just by taking it step at a time. Because if you're going to rush through it, what's the fun of going through the journey? It's going to be like, yeah, this is getting boring. I don't like it. I'm quitting. Like, that's just basically what you're going to have, like that type of energy when you're rushing through something that you just started. So when you're starting something new, don't rush through it because, like I said, you're not gonna like it and you're gonna quit. Now, this next thing I will be talking about how when you're entering a new chapter in your life is going through or just thinking back, not going through, because our life is not like a book. Like we have pictures, but it's not a book that we can like, flip the pages back. But just thinking back on past experience that you have went through and something that you know you don't want to do again because probably someone was like this now, and you know that you have a friend that's similar like that. You're like, yeah, I gotta cut them off because I know exactly how they might react or might act towards me or treat me because they're similar to this person. So just going through past experience and just thinking about it can help you just actually have a smooth like journey, even though it's going to have a lot of bumps in the road, but just a smooth journey into this new chapter in your life because you can reflect back on things that you probably changed on the people that you thought were your friends, but these people are actually your friends and etc. So it's always to go and not go, but think about your past experience because sometimes you do have to reflect on the past, but don't always overthink the past experience because then soon you're going to be stuck in the past and you're just going to feel stuck, like I said earlier, and not enjoy this whole chapter that you're in. And then you will probably start back on the first page of this chapter that you're in. Enjoy life when you're entering um this chapter, when you're embracing change. Enjoy life. Life is longevity, I would say. We never know when our life is going to end. You can be like here by tomorrow. This can be our last day on earth. You never know that. So make life the fullest. So if you have something that you always want to do, just do it. Like for real, because you don't really have one life to live. And to be honest, I don't know when I would hear people like when I have like this amount of money, then I would travel to A, B, and C. But it's like, why do you say when you have this amount of money, you would travel to A, B, and C, but you have at least enough money to travel to probably A and maybe B. Why just not travel there? Because you never know if this is your last day on Earth. And it kind of like triggered me a little and upset me a little because I'm just like, why? Why are you saying that to yourself and just not following your goals and following your dreams and going to the places that you want? Like, I want to travel. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I want to travel places. Like, I have a list of places I want to travel on my Notion board, and it's like in a to-do list form, so like when I travel there I can just check it off. But I have like a lot of places that I want to travel. I'm kind of upset that my passport came in late to go to Dominican Republic, but I might go to Dubai next year with my cousin. So that is actually what that is on my list to travel, is to Dubai. But I know I will visit Dominican Republic one day because it's also on my list. Like, there's a lot of places on my list, like Mexico, like Cancun, Mexico. I want to go. I want to go to Paris. I want to go to London. I want to go to Italy, like Rome, Italy. I want to go to Japan. Like, there's a lot of places that I want to go that's on my list. So maybe I will go there next year or the year after. But you just don't want to say like when I have enough of this or when I'm happy enough or when I have a break from this, because you never know when your life is going to end. So stop at telling yourself when you have a lot of money, you would travel to A, B, or C, or that you would do A, B, and C. Just do it now because you never know what life will do to you and will bring you because Even if you are here tomorrow, you can be paralyzed to the point that you can't barely do anything, or you can be a vegetable to the point you just have to stay in bed with tubes all over you and stuff. So you never know what circumstance that you can end up in. So never say, when I have a lot of money, I would do A, B, and C. Just do A, B, and C. Just find the time of the year, like in a year, to do A, B, and C. But don't say, like, when I have a lot of money, I'll do A, B, and C. Just do it, because you never know what life will bring to you. And another thing, like, you can do when you're entering a new chapter in life, of course, like I said, enjoy, is make a vision board. You can basically vision on what this chapter that you're entering is going to look to you. Like, I have a vision board on my MacBook, and it's basically mostly like an entrepreneurial aspect to it. And that is the chapter that I'm about to enter, is an entrepreneurial aspect. And that is something that I envision is me packing orders, getting a lot of orders, and people just loving my products. So you just have to, like, make a vision board, make it happen. Vision boards do work, by the way, if you didn't know. You can also make a goal list and make steps on how to achieve those goals. I have a whole episode on that back in season 1. But just vision and visualize what this new chapter you are about to enter. Sometimes you can watch YouTube videos of your favorite YouTubers who are in this chapter already that you want to be in, and just watch your videos, and you can visualize that way as well, and just basically pretend that it's you, that you're watching you on your TV or on your iPad or on your iPhone or on your laptop. You having a set morning routine, you having a set night routine, you're on a helicopter, you like at a country club playing golf with like the most successful people. Like, just envision yourself with that, and you will probably do that in this chapter that you're entering. Now, something that I'm actually trying to do, I said trying, is romanticizing your life. So, like I said, I have been watching a lot of YouTubers that do a lot of, like, romanticizing their life, and it is something that I want to do. I'm, like, still, like, new to it, because I never really thought that, like, I can romanticize my life, because I feel like my life is so chaotic. But I am, and that is something that you want to do, especially if you're entering a new chapter in your life. It's a new beginning. It's a new story. It's a whole new story that you're entering. You're creating your own story. Your life is your story. And don't think when I say chapters is, oh, so it's my birthday, so I'm entering chapter 21. No, you might be 21, but when I say chapters, you're entering something new that is going to happen to you. So if you're in college, what season, like not season, but what year are you? This is my junior year of college. This is my senior year of college. If you're in high school, what year? If you have a new position at work, what type of position? That's a whole new chapter for you at your job, you know? So we are almost done with this episode, but like I was saying, romanticizing your life, because it can actually give you a more positive aspect, and also improve your mental health, if I have to, like, put that in there, because when you're focusing on just you and all the habits, but just making it how you like it, you're improving your mental health, because what you're doing is making you happy. And I just feel like a lot of people don't like doing what makes them happy, because other people that's around them feel a certain type of way. And I just, like, I heard a not a TikTok, but I heard a podcast today, and it was talking about that. And I was like, wow, that is so true, that a lot of people, especially women, they don't really, like, make themselves happy because they make other people happy. So like when you're romanticizing your life, you're making yourself happy because you're doing the things that you love. You're doing the things that make you happy, that always put a smile on your face. And like I love buying myself flowers. It makes me happy. I like buying myself coffee or making me coffee. Technically, I've been making lattes lately, but they're still in the same category, so why not? But when I do that, it makes me happy. It puts a smile on my face than if I was like not making it. Because sometimes when I don't make a latte, I get like grumpy because it's just like, why? And it's not because of the caffeine, like, no. It's mostly because of the taste, and I just love lattes. I'm like, it's a mocha latte that I like have for like it's a K-pod, and it's a mocha latte from Donut Shop. I think that's the brand, but it's so good. Like it's so good with some vanilla sugar-free syrup in it. It's delicious. So like just doing something that you love for you and just make yourself happy because at the end of the day you have to make yourself happy because you never know what type of situation that you can put yourself in if you don't make yourself happy. And I just feel like a lot of people don't do that. They don't put themselves first sometimes because how they're raised or just, common like morals and stuff. But make yourself happy, romanticize your life, live this dream life that you want to live, and forget everything that has been making you depressed and has been making you unhappy because you always want to have a smile on your face. Like, I feel like I don't really smile, but sometimes now lately I have like smile more than before just for me. But that's all you have to do is just always smile and make yourself happy and just do stuff for you because self love and self care is very important at the end of the day. Now, before we end this episode, we're almost done. I am going to talk about closing a chapter in your life. Now, identify what was this old chapter that you just closed, that you just like, okay, I'm done. I'm done being in this situation. I'm done being in this, like having this type of life. I'm ready for a new season. I'm ready for a new life. I'm ready for the doors to open so I can leave and I can close it and lock it, you know? So identify what it was and also identify the reasons why you're closing it, why you decide to leave it, why you decide probably why you're removing some of the people behind that is in this chapter that you just closed. Like identify everything and every reasons on why you're closing it because there's always a reasons to everything in life. Life wouldn't be without reasons, and I feel like you wouldn't have reasons because of life choices. So just identify those different reasons that you are having on the reason why you are closing this old chapter that you are leaving behind. You also want to decide one reason, like out of all your reasons, like what was the one main reasons on why, not reasons, but the one main reason on why you decide to close this chapter in your life. It can be because you just wasn't happy. It can be the people that was in it. It can be probably eating habits. It can be sleep habits. It can literally be like the smallest things you never thought. Then oh, it can be, well, this person like stabbed me in the back and betrayed me. No, it can literally be probably your sleep habits that was affecting your mood, which was affecting your mental health. Like that is a small thing that you probably wouldn't think. Then this person stabbed me in the back, and this other person stabbed me in the back, and this other person stabbed me in the back, and they just kept stabbing me in the back. Like that's a big reason. But if you like think of actually the most important reason, which is the smallest reason, but technically is a big reason, that can be a number one reason on why you're closing this chapter that you just left in your life. You can also want to know what is something that you do want to leave. So you want to, I was thinking like how can I word this? But you want to like have reasons on why you want to, like, what was like the real reason, like I said, on why. What is that something? That's the word. What is that something that you never want to come back here ever again? Like this whole chapter that you just left. Like, what is that something? And when you identify that something, your reason, then you can be like, yeah, this is a old chapter. I don't want to come back to. I don't want to see these people ever again. They were my friends. I thought they were, but they weren't. So you will always have that something, and you have to like know, because then that can be like, it can be like the main topics for these different reasons on why you're leaving this chapter. Now, let's close on this episode. Okay, besties, so that is it for today's episode. I did mention that I will say something very surprising around the end of today's episode, but before that, before I mention that one big thing that I'm planning to have out next year, but I want to like tell y'all, if y'all like follow me on social media, which is the podcast Instagram is you against you pod dot by Deja, and then my main Instagram is Deja DAJAH underscore Nicole NICOLE underscore. So if you follow like those two Instagrams, then you probably know what I'm about to mention after I tell you everything else. But you can also follow my business Instagram, which is Deja Nicole Beauty. Also the business TikTok, which is the same as the business Instagram. So Deja Nicole Beauty for both. Also, I do have a podcast TikTok, which is You Against You pod dot by Deja. So it's the same Instagram username for TikTok. Now, go add yourself to the Geneva group chat, say hi, you can ask any questions, you can make friends, we are here to help each other grow. So go add yourself. The link will always be in the show notes down below. So just click add yourself and then introduce yourself. So you never know what friends that you can make around the world. Another thing, my business will be launching tomorrow, the same day that this podcast episode is going to be out. So tomorrow, the 22nd. So that is a Friday. Lately I have not been posting my podcast on Fridays because it's like but we're gonna be back on schedule on posting my podcast episodes on Fridays. So when this episode be out, my business will be live. So or probably my podcast episode will be out first, and the business be live like a few hours later. But go when I do mention that it's live, go buy your lip gloss. You can moisturize your lips. Like I have my lip gloss on my lips right now, and it's been hours and my lips are still moisturizing, so you should definitely want to buy one. Now, okay, so sorry about that. I said I was going to mention something around the end of this episode, and that something is I'm deciding to have merch for this podcast, but it won't be until next year. Now, the reason why I'm telling y'all this now because I still want ideas. So when you follow me on Instagram, just know I will probably ask what other merch y'all want from this podcast. So I already have tote bags designs. I have 6 cute tote bag designs. I actually designed them yesterday on Canva, so they're very cute, like very cute. And then I have sweatshirts designs as well. I have 2 at the moment. So I do want to have tote bags and I do want to have sweatshirts. So I am planning to release my merch around the fall of next year, so around the 2nd anniversary of my podcast. The reason why, because sweatshirts are good to wear in the fall, especially November. It's absolutely colder than September and mostly October. So I was like, why not? So yes, I don't know if I want to do like tumblers or water bottles or stickers or baseball caps, But like I said, I will be putting out a question and I would love for y'all to answer when I post that question on Instagram. So far it is tote bags and sweatshirts. I will probably show y'all the designs. I know when I get, and I'm planning to get the samples of the tote bags in a few months, when I get the samples, because you can get like one of each tote bag on Canva. So when I get those are my samples, and then I'm gonna get a manufacturer, a vendor to make a whole like cell like bunch. I will show y'all, but when I get the samples of each tote bag, I will show y'all what the designs look like. But it is 6 designs with very inspirational quotes and cute little like graphic designs that I created. I was like, what if I put this with this or this with that? So I might do 7 because I might just thought of like a new design just a few minutes ago. So like I might have 7 because of the design I just thought of. But yes, I will be coming up with tote bags and sweatshirts, and I want to do hoodies, zip ups, water bottles, all of that. But I am planning to launch merch for this podcast. I would say probably around that time next year, I will probably have a podcast website, so where you can listen to any past episodes. Even though you can go on Apple Podcasts and Spotify to listen to recent episodes or past episodes. I will also have probably blog posts. I will probably have a link for the group chat, here and there. Of course, where you can buy the merch and probably some exclusive content on there. So I don't know yet. So yeah, that will probably be like on the website. But I am planning to have merch for this podcast, and I just wanted to let you know. So I really do hope that you like this podcast. Give this podcast a rating or review if you're listening on Apple Podcasts. If you're listening to this on Spotify, leave a rating. And if you're watching this on YouTube, you can subscribe and like and also comment. I really do hope that you like today's episode. And if you have any ideas like on what type of episodes that I should do, you can always DM me on the You Against You podcast Instagram, which is You Against You pod dot by Deja, or just DM me on my personal Instagram, which is Deja DAJAH underscore Nicole NICOLE underscore. If you have any merch ideas that you want me to do, when I do launch the merch next year. You can also DM me that as well. I will not show y'all until I get samples. So don't like DM me but like I wanna see, like I won't like share it on my stories. No, I want to show everyone like all at the same time on social media. So I someone wanted to like see them when I like mentioned that on Instagram yesterday. And I was like, yeah, no, when I get the samples, I'm planning to show y'all and this and that. But yeah, so don't do that. Don't do that. But I really do hope that you like this episode once again. Remember, it's you against you, not you against the world. And always go after your goals and don't give up, because once you give up, you will never go back to that one thing that you gave up on, or it's going to be hard to get back to it. But remember, always be you, always be yourself, and love you guys. And I see y'all in the next episode. Bye.